When seeing me, you probably see a black young lady who's tall with enough bravery to stand on this platform and speak to you. Little do you know, I'm also a writer, Christian, Nigerian American, and a San Diegan born and raised. And as an avid reader, I have realized that we can always learn more about our own identities and that of others from an accurate, informed source. Because the truth is, there's more to you and me as individuals than what's on the surface. However, it is our preconceived notions that prevent us from seeing the humanity in each other. Within 3 seconds of seeing me, you instinctively made your assumptions about me, maybe even about what I'm here to say today. But the fact remains that not a single one of you had a 100% accurate perception of who I am, because the basis of reference you had to know me was the surface, not me, the individual. The way we naturally perceive the world and each other has over time led to conflict in many people groups, bringing forth the question, how do we fix a culture? To fix a culture, we must recognize that there are problems and they need to be solved. These problems include foreign and domestic conflict, dysfunctional family life, stigmas that are hard to overcome, and historical events that sadden and stir uproar. But all of these problems are derived from hate. In the United States alone, there are at least 917 organized hate groups. At least 917. But thankfully, hope is not lost. For psychology today confirms that hatred has to be learned, and we are all born with the capacity for aggression as well as compassion. If hatred then can be learned, likewise compassion, we should ask ourselves, what are we promoting and learning? And more importantly, what are we teaching? Most of the time, the case seems to be that we are promoting and learning stereotypes and stigmas about each other. We can choose to turn these stereotypes around for better, or simply choose to ignore them. Because if a stereotype doesn't apply to you, why be bothered? Instead, I urge you to choose to rise above the discriminatory stereotypes you have been labeled with because of your group or surface level appearance. It might seem hard at times, but I hope I inspire you to embrace yourself for who God made you to be and be comfortable in your own skin, both figuratively and literally. I'm following this advice by transitioning from relaxed hair to my natural hair. But unfortunately, there's a stereotype that natural hair is unprofessional or not fit for the workplace. Stereotypes like this baffle me because it's like telling someone they're unfit for a job because their eyes are too small, their ears too big, or their accent too thick. And the fact that I stand before you today with a message such as this, with an afro, shows that professionalism has many faces. Must we change the surface before our skills and work habits, actual indicators of professionalism, can be seen? Besides, I know I look good. Thank you. We need to train ourselves to see a spirit, soul, and destiny when we look at someone, instead of stopping at seeing just a face and a body. This concept of seeing past the surface is what makes education, personal inquiry, and curiosity such a major part of this picture of fixing a culture. Otherwise, hatred and fear will remain. Sandra Cisneros says in her book, The House on Mango Street, "All brown, all around, we are safe. But watch us drive into a neighborhood of another color, and our knees go shakety-shake, and our car windows get rolled up tight, and our eyes look straight. We must choose to be bonded through love, not separated by fear and hatred. Loving each other enough to research and observe the religion, food, music, and even literature of a people, bridging gaps so that we'll grow into bigger groups because of our commonalities and differences. Furthermore, we'll become a global community and no longer just coexist on Earth." Amy Maddox states in the form of a poem, "He prayed, it wasn't my religion. He ate, it wasn't what I ate. He spoke, it wasn't my language. He dressed, it wasn't what I wore. He took my hand, it wasn't the color of mine. But when he laughed, it was how I laughed. And when he cried, It was how I cried. She was just 16 when writing this, as I am now, but she gets it. My hope is that you too will follow in this example of empathy, choosing love over hate to fix our cultures.